First and foremost, what is going on out there in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania? What is in the water out there in Philly that got these guys acting like this? Why is Danny Garcia walking down the street like he on some type of mob action? Didn't the man just get retired by a 45-year-old Edison de Lara? I think so. Hey, yo, Danny Garcia, go home, bro.
What's your goof on?
Speaking of guys out of Philly, why is Edgar Berlanga targeting Gabriel Rosado out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on March 1st? First off, March 1st is the Gervonta Tank Davis fight. You do not want to make a fight on that day because nobody gonna watch it. Everybody gonna be watching Tank. But I seen this on Amanda Serrano Instagram. It says, oh my God, I'm so torn. If this is true, way to keep it up. This is gonna be a show. Edgar Berlanga versus Gabriel Rosado set for March 1st. First off, Gabriel Rosado ain't nothing but a journeyman. Gabriel Rosado got a record of 26 wins, 17 losses. That's right. This is not a fake record. The man lost 17 times.
Southpaw always got some bullshit he want to start.
Edgar Berlanga, the man that lost all 12 rounds to Canelo Alvarez, was leaving voice messages on Gabriel Rosado Instagram. Edgar Berlanga is trolling his fellow Puerto Rican Gabriel Rosado. Check this out.
Send the fucking contract, bitch.
Of course, Edgar Berlanga is gonna act tough for the man that got 17 losses. Of course, Edgar Berlanga is gonna wanna fight a man with 17 losses. Typical Edgar Berlanga behavior. Edgar Berlanga was acting like he was already in training camp, that's right. The man posted a video at 12:31 a.m. acting like he getting ready for a fight. Stop the damn cap, bro. And if you do fight Gabriel Rosado, it only make you look bad.
He ain't no Tank Davis.
One thing I noticed is that this all might be fake news that Amanda Serrano, Edgar Berlanga, and Gabriel Rosado are celebrating. Gabriel Rosado posted this on Instagram. It said, send the contract, Eddie Hearn. First off, the post said that this fight is already set. What you mean send the contract? Looks like they celebrating a bunch of fake news. Typical East Coast behavior if you ask me.
Too long!
Gabriel Rosado is a commentator these days. All Gabriel Rosado does is sit at ringside and commentate on fights. The man is in no position to be fighting physically or mentally. The man lost 17 times. Maybe Gabriel Rosado was thinking, yo, at least I ain't lose 23 times like that other guy out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Greg Hackett, the man who can't fight.
Nah, come on, nah.
Speaking of another man who lost to Canelo Alvarez, Jaime Munguia thought it was a good idea to take on a fighter from France, an undefeated fighter from France named Suras. Who is Suras? I never heard of him, but in the main event in Tijuana, Mexico, Jaime Munguia thought he was some type of celebrity. The fans pulled up to see Jaime Munguia fight because they thought it was an easy cherry for Jaime Munguia.
Shut that soft ass shit up.
This was a classic case of bad matchmaking, a cherry pick gone wrong, whatever you want to call it. Everybody just assumed that Jaime Munguia would run over Mr. Suras just because nobody ever heard of the man. I thought that Munguia had an easy lick. Early on in the fight, Munguia dropped Suras with a beautiful left hand. I thought the fight was over. But Mr. Suras was undefeated for a reason. The man came back. He showed grit. The man did not have that much skill, but when you fighting Jaime Munguia, you don't need that much skill. The man landed a beautiful overhand right, dropped Jaime Munguia. The referee did not even give Jaime Munguia a chance to get up and fight. As soon as Munguia got dropped, that's all she wrote.
Boots is overrated.
This is the classic case of Canelo picked you for a reason. Let me explain. Canelo Alvarez picked Munguia because he knows Munguia was inexperienced. Same thing with Berlanga. Canelo only picked y'all because he knew y'all were easy fights. Just because you fought Canelo don't make you a great fighter. It's kind of like when Canelo Alvarez got better from fighting Floyd Mayweather. It's a big difference though. Floyd is the greatest fighter of all time. Of course, Canelo Alvarez is going to get better from fighting Floyd. Munguia and Berlanga will not get better from fighting Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez ain't that good of a fighter.
Fuck Canelo, bro.
And just when you thought the WBC was the most disgraceful organization in boxing, the WBO said that they will not recognize Errol Spence Jr. as a title challenger in the Sebastian Fundora fight. Y'all know Spence about to fight Fundora, but if Errol Spence wins, he not gonna get the belt.
Let's not be crazy.
The WBO came out and said that if Sebastian Fundora loses to Errol Spence, the belt will be taken from him and presented to 4-division current WBA junior middleweight titleist Terrence Bud Crawford, who stands now as the WBO interim 154-pound belt holder.
Why?
I'm gonna dumb it down even more for some of y'all. If Errol Spence knocks out Sebastian Fundora, he gonna take that belt and hand it to Terrence Crawford. Does this make sense? Absolutely not. It was kind of confusing to me when I first heard about it. I ain't never seen nothing like this in the sport of boxing ever. Basically, the WBO believes that Errol Spence does not deserve to fight for a title, yet they letting the man fight for a title. The WBO is very, very disgraceful for this move. How dare them rob Errol Spence an opportunity of becoming a champion at 154? Make this make sense. If I was Errol Spence, I would back out this fight immediately. How could you fight Sebastian Fundora and not win the belt if you beat him? Maybe they're trying to make Fundora versus Terrence Crawford. Maybe that's the fight to make. Maybe if they're trying to get Errol Spence back in the mix, make Errol Spence fight a guy like Jerron Boots Ennis, that scary individual out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. But I don't think that Boots Ennis would ever move up to 154 because Boots Ennis is scared he from Philly. But it is very disrespectful for the WBO to basically disrespect Errol Spence like that. And Shakur Stevenson, the softest man to ever exist, had the audacity to tweet, "I'm fighting against my son." He responded back to this graphic. As y'all can see, they got Shakur Stevenson looking way bigger than Kid Austin, which means absolutely nothing. Basically, Shakur Stevenson is saying is that he's overlooking Kid Austin.
We gonna fuck him up.
Then Shakur Stevenson had the nerve to tweet, "I hope my next fight is a war, so y'all can see how it get. Y'all be tweaking like it can't get like that." Hey, yo, Shakur Stevenson, if your next fight is a war, this is what you're gonna do, bro. As a matter of fact, your fight with Edwin De Los Santos wasn't even a war, but you still was running all 12 rounds. What you gonna do when the war really break out? Shakur Stevenson is the perfect example of it's easy to be a soldier when there ain't no damn war. If it was a war, Shakur Stevenson would run for his life. He not cut like that.
I'm a draw. People will pay to come see me fight.